Hey Internet, JB here from Darkside Records. Do you know about an album that's coming out that you're excited about? Maybe your Drakes or your what have yous? Well, guess what? If you head on over to DarksideRecords.com, right now you can pre-order your favorite albums. It guarantees that you get a copy here in store. We hold it for you, and it's available for you first thing on release date, so you can be one of the cool kids with a cool physical copy. And that's right, we get indie exclusive variants. They're all available to you or on our app, which you can download for free over at the iTunes or Google Play app stores. If you know something's coming out, help us help you. Pre-order your favorite new music, new releases, right here at Darkside Records. Support your local record store and get the music. You're gonna get it anyway.
You got the music in you.
You go get it.
Hey, Internet. This weekend, January 19th, is Darkside Records' 8th anniversary celebration. No, nay, celebration. Come out and join us this Saturday, January 19th, for our biggest sale of the year. It's going to be a party. We're going to have new and used vinyl, CDs, cassettes, movies, the whole shebang, thong song, on sale for you. We're going to have food, beer on tap. We're going to have live music from Diamonds to Dust, Caldera, and of course, the Trash Panda, the artist formerly known as the Raccoons, a.k.a. the kids of New Paltz Rock, plus a special audio event from Electro Shop Therapy, doing a quadraphonic in-store performance to melt your face, man. It's all happening here at 611 Dutchess Turnpike in Poughkeepsie this Saturday.
So aggressive.
That's what the radio's for.
Hey, JJ.
Yeah?
Are you gonna get some for your special lady for Valentine's Day?
You mean beyond the box of Little Debbie snacks?
If you want to go beyond the box, have we got an event for you? It's called Vintage Valentine's here at Darkside Records. It's going to be February 9th. That's the Saturday right before Valentine's Day. Come to Darkside Records. We're going to have an indoor flea market. We're going to have a bunch of great local vendors who will be here with tons of gifts that will be perfect. So you got a special lady, a special guy, or just treat yourself.
A special pronoun in your life.
Just treat yourself to something cool. Maybe you're selfish as shit and you just want to get something for yourself.
Yeah.
No judging. We're going to have a bunch of awesome vendors, including Dana Antonia Jewelry. She makes all her own handmade silver jewelry, and it's awesome. Flying Monkey Totes, Hudson Valley Damascus Blades. They make jewelry and these hand-cut, really cool-looking knives. They're super cool. You could also shop local crafters, local vendors, local artists, including It's a Trap Lando, Atomic Annie, Magic and Macabre, John Brainer, that's like me, A Bone to Pick, Couples Therapy, Cantaloupe Cards, and a whole bunch more. They will all be here 12 to 5, Saturday, February 9th, here at Darkside Records. Get full details on our website, darksiderecords.com/in-store.
You know what I think? I think Vintage Valentine has taken me beyond the box.
I got no comeback to that. Okay.
I wanted to bring it to full circle.
Okay. All right, let's get to the podcast.
Get those nerds! Nerd! Nerd!
Welcome to the Dorkside Podcast, recorded live at Darkside Records in Poughkeepsie. I hope you like random babbling from two idiots who only programmed me to say this sentence and to feel pain. Why would they do this? Are you their god? It's me, Margaret. All I wanted was to feel love. Let's start the show.
Oh man, I don't remember how we started these things back in the day. It's been so long.
Back in the day.
Yeah. Well, technically we do a Dorkside
Last
podcast
March.
once a year at this point, so...
Hey, last year we got 2 in 3 months or something.
No, I think we did one.
6 months?
I think one.
Yeah, we had a good streak at one point.
No, it's not a good streak.
I mean, we had a better streak.
Is not even a streak. One, by definition.
Listen, one is enough to leave a streak.
Welcome to the Dorkside Podcast. This podcast, of course, is the nerdy little brother of the Darkside Podcast. We record this
sporadically at best.
I was going to say sometimes. Yours sounds better. We record this sporadically if we're going to be generous with our descriptions. This is a podcast where we talk about all the nerdy shit. We have another podcast, of course, called the Darkside Records podcast.
It's much more serious and professionally run.
100%. Absolutely.
It's basically this as well, but a little bit longer. We talk about music. No music on this thing, unless it's some weird, ambient, creepy beep bops from these two talking about soundtracks.
Okay, the last Dorkside
Ready.
episode. Episode 9, so this is number 10.
Yes! We've made it!
Was a Black Panther party.
Yeah.
March 18th, 2018 posted.
It was a good party.
It was a good party.
Yeah.
It was good. That's back on Netflix now.
Yeah, it
Watched
is.
it recently.
It is.
Good movie.
It was good. It was good.
You know also what I watched recently on Netflix?
Damn it, I need a corkscrew.
They just put Avengers Infinity War on Netflix.
I saw that. I watched that as well.
Rewatched that,
Yeah.
and I feel like it would now have been the third time that I've watched it.
You have a corkscrew in your pocket.
Second and a half. I got through half of it on a plane back in September.
Was it because you stopped or because the plane landed?
The plane landed. Yeah. Right.
That's bullshit.
Right?
That's bullshit.
A successful landing?
They should
Bullshit.
have. They should have taxied for at least till the finish of Infinity War.
Seriously, it was just getting the Soul Stone. Like
Come
Gamora, he was
on!
getting ready to toss Gamora into the pit.
I'll be right
We
back.
didn't even make it
Not
to the
needed
third
for
act.
Right?
That's bullshit.
I know.
Anyway, so this podcast is all about nerdy shit. It's about movies, comic books. I guess we'll talk about some music, I guess, if it comes up.
Dave Laughin, you might want to hold that comment. It just depends on what goes on here. Laughin
Dave,
says,
do you have?
He says, "You guys rule."
Thank you, Dave. We're holding you to it.
I'm adding that. Speaking of which, if you enjoyed this podcast, head on over to the iTunes store. Leave us a review.
Or Spotify.
Preferably a nice one, like a 5-star one, or a little comment. Your reviews help us expose ourselves to new listeners. I should probably find a better way to phrase that.
Aren't you
going
glad we're doing this live on the
should.
internet?
forward. Yeah.
I love exposing myself to new listeners.
They can really listen to the pants drop.
You better believe it.
And I'm so sorry to everyone on the live stream.
Do we have a sound
I
effect
am
board
not.
where we can just do like a zip?
It's already done. It's already in there. Yeah, I will add a bunch of effects in post.
Oh, good.
for this thing.
Good. Post,
So
yes,
if you're watching live on the
Live
internet,
post.
you
What?
just pretend like the sound effects are happening. So we do this podcast once a year. I'm JB.
I'm Berto.
We have two special guests with us. Jumping the gun. We have two special guests with us this episode of the podcast here. One of whom is sitting next to us, our good friend, BK.
Hi.
That's Brian.
Great.
Thanks for having me.
Glad
His stage charisma is unparalleled, as is his. His knowledge of the planet Hoth is unparalleled.
we'll get back to JJ. But Brian is here because Brian...
Wandered off into the dark.
Yep.
It's fine. He might die. According to horror movie rules, he's dead.
Oh, yeah, no, he's
already
gone.
dead. Yeah. Brian is, of course, our resident soundtrack nerd. We're looking at really the entire soundtrack nerd contingency of the Darkside family right here.
Right
the two
here.
of you. It's
True.
like Papa Soundtrack and Papa Soundtrackette.
Oh,
I was
I'll
going.
take that.
I
Are
was
we
going
going with Smurf references?
I was
That's
going-
what we're opening. Or we have one shot at doing an impressive Dorkside podcast each year, and you open with Smurfs?
That's right. I use Smurfs as my reference.
All right. That was a choice.
Okay. So I figure we'll just jump into some stuff. I'm not gonna make everyone suffer through everything that's happened in the last 10 months since we've done an episode of the podcast. But we'll just talk about some recent things that came out. And I guess, do you want to start in the park?
We can start in the park. Yeah,
Start in the park?
that makes sense.
Okay.
That's where I can
then,
contribute.
Let's go right where it's trailer parking of love. There's going to be a sound effect there in post. If you're watching that, just, it'll be there.
Just have him do the sound effect.
I guess I really should hook up a thing where we can have a soundboard so we can do this live.
drops,
Yeah,
yeah.
and I can just hit them. If someone is smart, let's talk. Let's make this thing happen. I'm not looking at the comments anymore. I don't know if people are commenting. That was
Can't even
JJ's.
see the comments.
JJ
It's over
had
there.
one job
And he's gone.
And he's gone.
He's lost.
He'll be here in the second act.
Yeah.
Okay. So Trailer Park, of course, is where we talk about trailers of movies that are forthcoming, that came out recently. The trailers themselves came out recently. Mm-hmm. Did you watch any interesting trailers?
I did. I watched the Hellboy trailer.
Ooh.
And I'm excited for it. I've been waiting for the Hellboy trailer because I'm a big Hellboy fan.
Right.
And so they've been, had the poster release and some of the casting released. Are you writing me a note or are you writing yourself a note?
I'm writing myself a note.
Okay.
I take notes.
Yeah, you're that guy. I thought the trailer was cool. I enjoyed it. I mean, it's campy and it's Hellboy. I mean, you can't take it too seriously. You can't make an Infinity War out of Hellboy. Well, you probably could. You could. Well, depends on the storyline they take.
Yeah.
But yeah.
You should.
I'm really excited for the fact this wasn't even in the trailer, but in the IMDb cast.
Don't! I swear to God, if you fucking spoil it. Oh, by the way, really quick note at the top of the podcast: this podcast is spoilerific. We're going to spoil a bunch.
So
of
wait
shit.
a minute. Wait a minute.
So if
you were about to threaten me for spoiling something, and then you tell them there are spoilers coming and to prepare themselves.
That's right, because I care more about their well-being than mine. I'll take the hit for you guys. Okay, I'll take it. But what I'm getting at is this podcast, we're going to talk about a bunch of things that happen in movies and in comic books and nerdy shit. If you don't want to be spoiled, I guess probably what you should do is rewind the podcast back to the ads and listen to the ads all over again. And then go to iTunes and leave us a nice 5-star review. That's probably the best course of action. Or you could just skim over this part. But we're going to talk about some spoilery shit, so you have been warned. I'm sorry, so you were saying?
I was just going to comment in the cast list, they include Lobster Johnson.
Ooh, really?
Yes.
Oh,
So
okay, I'm glad you spoiled that. That was good.
Yeah, right?
That was good.
I didn't see him in the trailer, but I'm like, that'll be an awesome
okay.
little plug-in.
I'm okay with that. Of course, David Harbour is playing Hellboy in
The
this.
lovable sheriff
That's right.
from Stranger Things.
That's right.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
gotta be honest. I'm blind onto this. I don't know anything about the new Hellboy. But now that you mentioned that, I can absolutely see him playing Hellboy.
Well,
absolutely.
You should pull up on your phone a picture of David Harbour in Hellboy because man got abs.
Yeah.
Abs that don't quit. He's gone full sexy stepdad.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Your drill?
We're doing something.
No.
What are you doing? All right.
Okay.
You being safe? Safety.
Okay. But yeah, so oh, I forgot people are watching this live.
OSHA rules.
Okay. We'll edit that out. Yeah, David Harbour from Stranger Things, of course, playing Hellboy.
Yeah, you don't get to. He doesn't really flash the abs in the show with the 11-year-old children. But
Makes sense.
in the show about the son of the devil, he really exposes
He needs
himself.
meds.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm curious to see it as well. It is, I would say a soft reboot of the franchise.
Yeah. I'm trying to look up the who plays Lobster Johnson because I forgot.
And I did really enjoy the original two. They're
So
two
did I.
movies. They're
They
a
were
lot of fun.
Yeah.
I love the books as well. So I'm all
Ian
in.
McShane.
Ian
as
McShane?
Professor Broom. No.
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 Dorkside.
Thomas Hayden Church will be Lobster Johnson.
Thomas Hayden Church, Sandman,
Yeah, Sandman from
Okay.
that one movie.
that we don't speak of.
Yeah,
That's right. Gets left out of the chronology. Another trailer that I watched recently was Men in Black International. Did you watch that?
I did. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not.
I don't
I'm not
know.
in. Yeah.
I was really excited when at one point there were rumors of the Men in Black 21 Jump Street crossover.
Okay.
And I did the same thing, like, how? But, I mean, sure, I will watch Channing Tatum in space with aliens.
Sure. Yeah.
I mean, who wouldn't? But I don't know where that went, and now we get this.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll pretty much watch Will Smith in anything. So as soon as they are saying no Will Smith, I'm kind of out.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
You know what? I feel like he's gonna make a cameo.
He's
it's
I
like
feel
the
like
Star
he's-
Trek
I feel
movie
like-
when they don't have Kirk. Like,
yeah.
They're gonna sneak him in. They snuck Leonard Nimoy in. Oh, so they're gonna sneak somebody else in. That's what they're gonna do.
Jean-Luc Picard. That'd be amazing. I would see that movie in a heartbeat.
Okay. Yeah, that's true.
Just because it's Jean-Luc Picard. What?
Are you saying that weird?
Yes.
Can you say what's the name of the character from Star Trek?
Khan.
Okay, perfect.
Geordie LaForge.
I mean, it's got a Hemsworth and a Valkyrie, and somehow I'm not really thrilled by the trailer.
Oh, we're talking about... Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. It doesn't have the Hemsworth.
I know, but I mean, a Hemsworth and a Valkyrie. It's like a Thor's stepbrother and a Valkyrie. It's like a recipe for good. Oh, this is someone probably calling to be on the podcast.
We'll have our secretary get that.
Oh well.
Who here's been here the shortest?
Whoever's calling us to correct us on Men in Black related things. Sorry.
We lied when we said we'd answer the phones. He made promises that the rest of us aren't willing to cash.
That's true. Just leave it in the comments. Also, trailers that came out. Well, of course, Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see Sam Jackson with 2 eyes.
I know. Finally. Marvel has been doing a really good job of de-aging people. Mm-hmm. Like their de-aging technology is really good.
Man, I really hope that Lambic's worth it.
I know. I'm just perplexed by JJ. I feel like he should be doing this on camera, really.
I sort of was. I don't want it on my laptop.
JJ.
Fair point. Although,
with
to be
it?
honest, I don't think you're out of splash distance.
I think we're all still in the splash zone. So Captain Marvel's coming out, and it looks good. Oh, God, we're so going to get covered in alcohol right now. Yay!
Very nice.
Good job.
Back to work.
Okay.
That's why you wanted the drill?
Yeah, I wanted to screw it in, but
Oh. Okay.
I did it by hand.
Okay.
Way to improvise
Thanks.
Adapt.
and overcome.
Nice. So Captain Marvel's coming out. That comes out in March. I'm excited. This is actually a rare one because I had non-nerd movie friends of mine text me and say, "Hey, I want to go see Captain Marvel." I was like, I don't know why this was the one you chose out of all the fucking nerdy movies that come out. But
That's
I'm
surprising. Yeah, I think. Well, my wife was the same way. She jumped in on like Guardians of the Galaxy. Like I dragged her to everything else.
It's a good one.
And then she's like, Guardians of the Galaxy looks fucking awesome. Like, let's go see that.
And it was. Good
It
choice.
was. True.
Good choice.
I'm excited for Captain Marvel because it introduces some previously unintroduced characters and concepts, like the Kree-Skrull War, which I'm excited about.
Indeed. Yeah.
The Kree-Skrull War. Come on.
God.
I got nothing.
I haven't even seen Pretty in Pink.
The worst Marvel movie there is. Hands down. And the big one, of course, that came out not too long ago was the second Infinity War.
Technically called not even Infinity War, it's Endgame.
Endgame,
Right?
yeah.
Avengers Endgame.
That's right.
Ender's Game?
Yep.
Yes.
I know Ender's Game. We're going to talk about Speaker for the Dead? Yeah.
Of course he chimes in when it comes to
Yes.
that. Yeah.
And this, of course, is JJ joining the show now, who...
I know things.
To be fair, Ender's Game is a fantastic series.
Yeah, Orson Scott Card.
Let's
get on the ball.
Amen. Yeah.
Oh, God damn it. You're just enabling.
Listen, I love the books.
Yeah, it's great books.
Yeah.
I read
Yeah,
the
yeah.
first two. I didn't read after that, but
You know.
He's only a first two booker. Come on.
Well,
Call yourself a nerd.
I don't think he has. He
I'm
just kind
normally
of
not
gets
even a first book.
he kind of gets roped into these things.
I didn't make it past the forward, so I'm out.
So Endgame.
So Endgame, I'm excited.
I am too. I mean, it looks
I'm
good. I
curious.
was a little. I'm not gonna say I was let down by the trailer because it looks cool, but there are, it's like building suspense, and I don't know what's
Yeah.
gonna happen.
Right.
Yeah,
Well,
And
they're
it's just
like-
Tony Stark on a ship, like
They're holding their cards to the chest.
Yeah, they
That's
are.
on this one.
They are.
It's-
Right.
Yeah.
Well, they left us with the biggest, let's say, Marvel movie related cliffhanger.
Oh yeah.
right.
Yet.
Everyone is dead.
Yes.
So,
or Dusty.
Yeah.
I don't. It's
Or
confusing.
just Dusty.
Confusing as to what. I mean, I have questions. How does Ant-Man get out of the Interverse or whatever?
We'll find out. We'll find out.
Oh, I saw that. I saw Ant-Man. Write that down. That's what I saw.
Okay. We're not there yet.
Sorry.
And Ant-Man.
Ant-Man.
Okay. Yeah. And so for Endgame, Of course, there was a lot of the hype train leading up to it was all about what the name of the movie was going to be. Mm-hmm. And then it turned out it was the very first thing that they suggested it might actually be. And they just played us all for chumps.
Yep.
And it worked.
Option B was game over.
One was Annihilation. Anyway.
Yeah, but hasn't everybody already been annihilated? So that wouldn't have worked anyway.
That's true. No,
True.
Technically, only 50% of people have been annihilated.
Okay.
I don't
But
know what...
more than half the team. Like, who do they Hawkeye pops up
as Ronan.
Ant-Man obviously shows up.
ScarJo is still around.
ScarJo's still there.
Don
Hasselhoff.
Cheadle.
Hasselhoff is still
Hasselhoff, amen.
Knight
The
Rider.
best Nick Fury.
I'd say second best.
Well, okay.
We're going to call a spade here.
It's true.
I learned that's not a good thing to say anymore. I thought it had to do with cards.
Does it not?
No,
Does it not?
no, it doesn't. I learned
What does that have to do with John Bryan?
Shut the fuck up.
This is where he always gets himself in trouble.
Make one mistake. Or in his case, 100 mistakes, but I edit them out. So
Literally why we keep him around. Yes. Okay. So we got Ronan.
Black Widow,
Black
Captain
Widow.
America,
Yeah.
War Machine,
Bucky's gone, right?
Bucky is gone,
Bucky's
Right
gone.
there.
Black Panther is
Keep on
gone,
going.
M'Baku is still around,
Back.
Cool.
Give it up, Bob.
That's a joke Aaron would appreciate.
Yeah, I know.
Thank you, Brian.
But yeah, I'm excited. I'm glad. I've actually been trying really hard not to look at
still
spoiler
there?
things.
Thor's still there, right?
Thor's still around.
Yeah.
I'm trying really hard not to look at spoiler things for Infinity War. I did see one, and you tell me if you want me to spoil it for you.
Yeah, why
I'm
not?
fine. Yeah, why not?
I looked, and I regret looking so much.
Not really a spoiler. It's kind of
Why don't you just drag the rest of us down with you then?
That's what I'm saying. If you don't want to listen, earmuffs. So, concept art was leaked,
Someone lost their job.
and it shows a fight scene in one of the acts of the movie between a Hulk and a Wolverine.
No shit.
Acted, or at least drawn by, or drawn as, or I'm not good at words. The Wolverine
Depicted.
was Hugh Jackman.
I fucking hope so.
I'd be down for that.
Yeah.
There have been longstanding rumors that they're saying that the end of Infinity War might be their way to bring the X-Men franchise into the Marvel Universe because Marvel just acquired the rights to them.
This wasn't a confirmed rumor. This was an inference from a friend of mine who plays that the Marvel mobile game, that fighting game. Apparently, and because they keep updating character concepts with the cinematic outfits as they release movies and stuff like that, and they just introduced the Fantastic Four with new updated suits. And I'm like, that would be another.
Yeah.
And I think he said, his theory was, well, if they just put them in deep space and they're coming back, what's happening over there?
Sorry, keep going. I'm catching up.
Are there comments? Are there comments?
He's just watching the trailer right now.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember this part.
So I think
Oh God.
Oh no.
I think basically
anyway.
there's a lot that can be left open to.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's all on how they want to. I mean, they haven't said how they're going to fix the snap. Obviously, there are characters who have movies that are forthcoming that they've already announced, like Spider-Man, Far From Home is coming out, but they haven't announced what the thing is that is going to, bring them back into the, the regular universe.
Just ignore it.
Okay, JJ's showing things.
The only thing I don't quite understand though is if, I know that Wolverine and Hulk, that was always a big thing in the comics, but why are they gonna fight each other in this one?
Well,
Isn't
here's-
Homeboy the bad guy?
Here's the thing. I will be totally fine if they just do a thing where they even just do a nod to alternate universes, and they
They
just
could have Bruce Banner reading that comic book, and I'd be happy with it.
right. Even if it's a thing where they're just jumping through different universes to try to find like a way back or something, and it's just like a 5-minute montage where
Right.
they do a quick
Well, it's
peek
like
at
with,
Fantastic Four, a quick peek at Wolverine. I'd be fine with that.
X-Men First Class, there's just that 1-minute bar scene where they approach Wolverine. He says, "Go fuck yourself."
Right.
And I'm like, that was
Made it worthwhile.
yeah, absolutely.
Exactly. So even if they just do that, I'm fine.
Yeah.
So, and again, it's the internet, so it could all
Cannot
mean
be
nothing.
trusted.
Yeah, it could mean nothing.
I'm curious to see what's going to happen with the Hulk in general because he was having some therapy problems.
That's right.
In the
That's
last
right.
movie.
I think JJ's pulled up a video of how he can handle some of his therapy issues.
Yeah, he's going to pound it out.
You could say that.
The phrasing.
He's
I would
trying
use.
really hard to distract us right now.
It's working on me.
Okay.
Also, biggest question of Infinity War: what happened to Wong?
He's guarding the Sanctum Sanctorum.
But is he Dusty or
With
not?
Rick
We don't know.
Santorum?
Yeah, the Sanctum.
Sanctum Rick Santorum.
Yes, that one.
That's the one.
Yeah. Lot up in the air.
Yeah, so I'm curious to see how they're going to handle the movie. And like I said, I'm trying not to read the dirt sheets. There's been all these posts about things that are coming out that are spoilers or even like suggestions of stories, and I'm just trying not to look because I want to go, and this is the one that I want to be surprised by, you know?
And it's becoming harder and harder in the internet age, and even with Disney, Marvel, like publishing their timelines for future films.
Yeah.
So.
And it's been totally fine up till now, but it's just it's that cliffhanger, and this is
This is their biggest cliffhanger to date.
and it's their big movie. This is the culmination of everything. So
For example, will Chris Evans continue his contract? Or is it time for the Winter Soldier to take up the show?
I'd be so happy with that. Sebastian Stan's so handsome.
I don't see that.
You're not a Stan man?
No, not
are you?
so much.
What are you, Hems worker?
What?
It's the best I could come up with on the fly. Are you Hemsworthy?
Yeah,
Okay.
who isn't? I mean, he's Thor. So
It's true.
it's got him.
It's true. Abs. Oh man.
You know what I want to see? What little like nerdy moment I would love to see happen in Endgame?
Sure.
I want to see Cap pick up Thor's hammer.
Ooh.
Because he's the only other character in the Marvel Universe who can.
I would also like to see that.
And he moved it in Age of Ultron.
That's true. He did that little nudge. Yep.
Little semi.
All right.
Little semi.
I think we're saying different things.
Are we? I don't know. I was talking about dropping the hammer. What are you talking about?
Okay. Okay, so that's trailers of things that are coming out. Let's talk about some things that we've seen in the last 10 months. This is a section, of course, where we go over some movies, and it's called Recapt. Pretend there's... No. Pretend there was really epic music right there. Just pretend.
God.
Okay, so obviously a lot of movies came out in the last 10 months that we all saw.
It's not like Hollywood waited for us. Although I wrote many letters asking them to.
This is really hurting my chances of getting us free movie passes. That's the problem.
Yeah.
The frequency of this thing. We should step it up. Oh!
Say that every time.
Someone, my friend Mike Burge, who runs Story Screen, the new independent movie theater that's opening in Beacon, New York, that JJ will never go to, told
It's not
me.
true.
Why are you not going to the movie theater, DJ?
He said he hates Beacon.
Oh,
I do hate Beacon, but I'll go to a movie theater.
Okay. He just won't go get poutine.
fair.
It's just unlikely. I would still go, but it's unlikely.
Maybe we can double them up. We'll do poutine in a movie.
Okay.
Deal. That's a date.
Anyway, your friend was talking about
all right,
something.
Mike Burge was telling me about a new rival to Moviepass. Because so my Moviepass, I was a Moviepass subscriber for 2018. My contract has ended. I have not renewed because what's the nice way to say fuck Moviepass?
I canceled mine because
sucked.
fuck Moviepass.
What the fuck, man?
They like 2018. The early part of 2018 came with like weekly changes
I know.
to their little fine print.
Dude, drove me fucking crazy
Yeah.
all year long. And it was constant changes, constant like policy addendums the whole time. And I don't think for the second half of the year, I just don't think I even saw a movie. And I should have like canceled my subscription. I just kept it going because I was like, maybe I'll go see something. But I couldn't ever see any movies I wanted to see. Everything was unclear about how it was going to work. This is how we get banned on YouTube. There we go. But, yeah, Moviepass sucks. But he introduced me to a new Moviepass competitor.
The ATM?
You mean just going to the movies?
Just go to the fucking movies.
I guess that is technically a competitor. I'll find out what the name is in a second. But also, have you been to the AMC Theater in Danbury?
No, I have not.
So we might have to change our rating scale for this section of the
AMC
podcast.
like
So AMC
really nice
in Danbury used to be one of my least favorite movie theaters, but now they are all IMAX screens.
Yeah.
Or at least the one that I went to was an IMAX screen, and they have a new 4K crazy high def IMAX theater with its own separate door with like mood lighting, and everything is blue, and they have LEDs. And they were showing Schindler's List when I was there.
See? Invite me.
I was technically going to see something else, but it just happened to be showing
Wait,
Schindler's List
Wait,
while
what
I
were
was
you
there.
going to see?
Instead of
Instead of
Schindler's List.
List.
It was nothing good, I promise. Nothing
Come
good.
on.
Come on now.
I don't remember what I went to see.
yes, you do. You're lying.
Well, I did go to see The Big Lebowski there a couple months ago. And then,
But that wasn't instead of Schindler's List.
no, not instead of Schindler's List. Although, if it was competing, I might go see Big Lebowski.
Well, yeah, do you want to feel good or do you want to feel horrible?
Do you want a movie or a film? To be fair, given the choice today, I'd probably see Schindler's List because I've seen Lebowski. I watch it all the time and haven't seen Schindler's List in years.
Let's have a movie night. Make some popcorn, get some tissues. Watch the list.
I was going to say, we're going to watch JJ's film. Or
Just different tissues.
That was a deleted scene. That's what it said.
yeah, but Danbury.
And then he's just gone.
leaves.
Just walks off into the sunset.
Yeah, Danbury, they get all those like Fathom events. All of them.
Yeah,
Poughkeepsie gets
yeah.
none. I saw.
Well.
It's fucking Poughkeepsie.
Yeah, I saw Night of the Living Dead. They did a Fathom event for that.
Okay.
And at Danbury, it was fucking awesome. So awesome. And like they had a bunch.
Yeah,
of
I've never
posters
been there.
for-
My sister-in-law lives over near Danbury. I've never been to the movie theater
Yeah,
there.
that's nice. But what are you gonna do? We're stuck with Poughkeepsie.
Oh,
All right.
welcome back.
Well, I thought I could get you the name of the Moviepass rival, but I closed the tab on my browser. So
Okay, I'm just going to Google Moviepass rival.
I'll when I figured it out
Back
too.
into the shadows.
All right. Well, while you do that, let's talk about some movies that came out in 2018 that we saw. I don't know what you saw.
I full disclosure, I did not do my homework for a lot of the year and have seen very little of the films that we were about to discuss. I will still contribute
Okay.
based on assumptions
Okay.
and very little fact.
Actually, this could make a really fun thing. You give your review of the movie as you think it is, and I'll give my review of the movie as it actually was.
All right.
Okay, so we'll start first with Aquaman. Berto, how did you feel about fake Aquaman?
Well, I mean, I love the Samoan guy,
Jason Momoa?
Jason Momoa.
The Rock?
Yep. Yep. Not The Rock, the other Samoan guy.
This is
over
like
here.
this is like hippie.
Jason Momoa is doing the voice in Moana 2.
He's like the hippie.
Making a
Samoan
Mana
guy.
too?
I don't know. Yeah, he's like the hipster Rock, basically. How did I feel about Aquaman?
There was a lot of hype surrounding it.
A lot of hype, but again, it's fucking Aquaman.
True story.
I mean, there's a reason Aquaman is a constant punchline throughout comic history.
Man.
I mean, they made him badass for one point when he had like a hook hand in like the 90s, and they did
Wait,
rid
wait.
of the hook hand.
So you're saying you read Aquaman?
No, I saw pictures of it, and I think I had an action figure. Shut up. Never read Aquaman. No, that's not true. When New 52 started, I read a little bit of Aquaman, and then it was Aquaman, and I realized what I was doing, and I was ashamed.
Smart.
And so I stopped.
I don't get this reference.
You'll get there. Just keep going.
So, I get it. What can I say? I mean, I think Aquaman just got to the point where I didn't make it a priority. Like a couple of movies over the last year, I legit snoozed on and missed, and it was my own fault. But Aquaman, I couldn't prioritize.
This sounds like you're making the review of Aquaman about you. Okay, and that's
I am.
shitty.
I'm sorry. I apologize
So
for making you feel that way, John Bryan.
you do you, bro. So Aquaman, my review of Aquaman is I can sum it up, I think, by what happened at the immediate end of the movie when I went to see it. So I went to see it, and after the movie ended,
Point counterpoint here.
Sinemia.
yeah, that's it.
Sinemia rhymes with bulimia.
No.
Go see movies.
Oh God.
Kim D'Alessandro Morrow, a.k.a. Mike's mom, says that all the females loved it, and you get to pick your seats in advance.
Ooh.
She's talking about
Aquaman?
Aquaman. Yep.
Interesting.
Yep.
Okay.
Ladies
So
love
it's so
Aquaman.
undersold, you can actually choose where you want to sit ahead of time.
I don't think that's the logic, but I see where you're going. So Aquaman, as soon as the movie ended, it was like a hard cut at the end. It was like blam, credits, and I just in the theater raised my hand and I said, "I have so many follow-up questions." Aquaman was very pretty, but just dumb
So it's on par with the DC universe.
and confusing editing. There were parts.
Pretty much,
There was literally a scene. They're on a boat and they're doing a pan, and in one shot he's not wearing a shirt, and then literally the next shot he's in the shot wearing a shirt. Like, I was there. Dan Aloisi was with me, friend of the show. He was there, and we both did the same thing. We were like, we both caught it. We were like, wait, what the fuck, man? They couldn't have even pretended to do a thing where he puts it on, unless he's the
I even
quickest.
feel like that's the awkward way to do it too. Like even if the shirt had disappeared, it'd be more magical because it's Jason Momoa, and I feel like shirts just melt off the man's body.
not wrong. Not
That's
wrong.
science. But putting a shirt on, no.
Yeah.
We don't do that.
So confusing editing. I had so many questions about the storyline. Like there's a whole thing where, he's coming back to be the king, but then he finds out his mom is still alive. And I don't know how, royal families work, but if the queen is still alive, isn't she still the queen? Why has he become the king if she's still the queen?
Well, it depends on how they view gender in this royal family.
So many questions. So many questions.
That's a question. That's
Also,
a question.
motherfucker, the main bad guy,
Black Manta?
other main bad
is that
guy,
one?
Black Manta. God, he got done dirty in this movie. He was so cool, and he was so cool looking, and his armor was so cool. That's my most positive thing about the movie is the armor looked fucking awesome. Again, the movie was
How did he
pretty.
swim in it? I feel like armor underwater is counterintuitive.
Sexy.
You really got to go with a Namor with a Speedo.
He was propelled by sexiness.
Makes sense.
Wow.
It was like an oil slick going
Science.
behind him. Yeah.
Oil slick. Oh,
But so the main bad
frowned
guy,
upon in the ocean.
the main bad guy who he fights, he's wearing this metal body armor, and then it's like a thing where they zoom in on his.
Is the main bad guy Dolph Lundgren?
No, the main bad
What?
guy is the
Lundgren
owl
was
from The
there.
Watchmen.
He was.
Oh,
Dolph Lundgren was in it,
Night Owl.
He was in it.
but he wasn't the main bad guy. He was like an associate. He was bad guy adjacent.
He was kind of bad guy.
Yeah.
He had a business card, but
He was on the side of the
He
bad
didn't go to
guy,
meetings.
but he was there begrudgingly, kind of. Anyway, but so he was wearing this fucking metal helmet that had a faceplate that went over his eyes, and when the guy squinted,
X-Men. I've seen this one. Magneto.
well, not wrong. Different universe,
close,
I guess.
he's close.
Yeah, no, he's not wrong.
so when he squinted wearing the metal mask squinted around his eyes, and I was like, "What the fuck?" So is it
pretty
metal?
funny.
Is it not metal?
I feel like of all the things to waste time on designing,
So
you could
many,
have made it more bulletproof or something.
so many questions, so many follow-up
Also,
questions.
wait, did he close it underwater? And was there water inside his mask then?
They were
That gets
above
uncomfortable.
water.
You're snorkeling and you get shit up. Oh, he's above water.
Yeah, they were above water. And some of the guys can't breathe in air, and some of them can breathe in air, but So many, and the
Like
biggest
Little Mermaid.
the biggest missed opportunity of the whole thing, and this is my one real critique of the whole thing, is so they make a point of talking about how in the city of Atlantis there's this machine that they built because they were really technologically advanced, and they have this single machine that's in the center of the city, and it is what allows Atlanteans to breathe underwater.
Oh.
And there's a whole chase scene where they fly up to it and they're shooting lasers, and then they just fucking leave it be.
How do lasers work underwater?
Exactly.
Okay.
But so basically, that to me, when you have a supervillain who's going to do something,
Well-
and you make a point of explaining the fucking machine, and then they just leave it. Like, that should have been the plot of the movie. It's like, I'm going to blow up the thing so all the Atlanteans are going to die. Much better plot story.
Wait, what was his motivation then?
I hate land dwellers.
Well, who doesn't?
Right? We are shitty. Especially to people who live under the ocean.
I feel like that just cuts to like that guy from the pirate guy from Family Guy with the peg everything. And see him sitting there with Dolph Lundgren. Aye. Landlubbers.
I would like to say, why wouldn't lasers work underwater? They're light.
You obviously don't understand
But also
Atlantean
heat.
technology.
No, not necessarily heat. Heat would be a byproduct of a laser.
They explained it. Plasma. They're
wow.
plasma blasts.
Oh.
Okay, then I'll have more problem with that.
To weaponize a laser, it's got to have heat, right? It's burny.
No, it's ultrasonic. I don't
What's
know.
it do? Just scramble you?
It's like those the Navy thing that they have now, where they can just point it super fine.
The
And
Space Force?
yeah, well, no, that's different. Anyway, more on the topic. Kim, Mike's mom, laughed at your comment, and she says, "Where's Julia? We need a woman in this conversation."
This is Dorkside.
And I'm pretty sure all we've done is praise men and their abs this whole podcast.
True.
So,
Wasn't, who played Mira?
Juliette
Lewis.
Okay. How were her abs?
No, God, what is her name?
How were her abs?
They didn't show them.
And that's why
only
we don't praise the abs of women. It's not a sex thing. It's just a thing. Yeah.
The entire movie. Just
She's probably pregnant.
It's just a headshot.
But so what I will say,
Amber
as
Heard? Is it Amber Heard?
Amber Heard,
Yeah. okay.
Amber Heard.
Amber Heard.
Another thing that I do have to praise in the movie is they did take a good route, which was they attempted to build the movie similar to the Lord of the Rings style, which was they established different races, and each race had a different area that it lived, and they each had their own properties. Like there's this one part where they went to what would, in my opinion, be the equivalent of the dwarves in Lord of the Rings. These short little stout people who cover themselves in crab shell-like things.
Interesting.
And they're fucking battle scene with them. Holy shit, I was rooting for those guys. Holy shit, it was awesome. Pretty.
Did they win?
They did not win. Nope.
You know what they were lacking?
Sexiness.
Just half a century
Abs,
of
yeah.
fandom and novels and a beautiful universe.
Also, motherfucker can talk to fucking fish and command them, but then there's a whole scene where he commands all the fish to attack the Atlanteans, except for the fucking fish that the Atlanteans are riding. They're fine. Why don't they turn on the Atlanteans? What the fuck? It's like, didn't they have anyone proofread the story?
Nope.
God damn it.
Now you're making it about you.
God damn it. I
Stacey.
just...
So basically,
what do you
everything you
expect?
just said didn't make me want to rush out and see this. If I've got my $15 to go see a movie, I don't know if I'm going to go see Aquaman.
I feel like now's a good time to talk about our rating system for these movies
True.
that we're talking about. Normally, we had an old system, but I think we need to revise it because I think the
Based
new...
on Danbury, right?
Yeah, so the new best thing, 5-star thing, is going to be Danbury. Second best, Galleria. Third best, South Hills. Fourth best,
Ugh.
Netflix. And last but not least, I'm sick, I have the flu, and I physically
Cable
can't
TV.
can't get up to change the channel, and I have to suffer through whatever the fuck is actually on the TV. I would give Aquaman a Netflix.
Okay.
I think that's what I will give Aquaman when I see it on Netflix.
Okay.
Or to be fair, I might pay like the $4 to rent it on Prime or something, but
That counts. That's
I'm not
Netflix.
doing 15.
Yeah. Okay.
Is no one else hearing this? Am I the only person hearing it?
I'm hearing it.
Why
I'm
is
trying
no
to
one
ignore
else
it.
Other things that what was something you watched, Berto?
Oh, the one movie I watched in the last year was Ant-Man and Wasp, or Ant-Man and the Wasp.
In the Wasp?
Well, it's,
He's got a movie he can pull up for
Presumably.
that, so don't get him started.
he doesn't know what the
don't
Wasp is. It's going to take him a minute to Google it and figure out it's about a woman. Yep, there he goes.
And he's off.
So that, I mean, it answered some questions because Ant-Man was a pretty big character that they introduced in pre-Civil War, and
He's playing Wasp.
yeah.
Fucking love it.
That was decidedly absent from Infinity War.
We cannot play these. We are going to get kicked off YouTube. Continue.
Don't look at me when you say things like that.
Continue.
So he was very pointedly absent from Infinity War. Mm-hmm. I think they kind of wrote him off in like a little one line of dialogue saying he was on house arrest.
Except for obviously that he was the post-credit scene.
Right.
So other than him being in the movie and getting a whole dedicated 5-minute thing, he wasn't in the movie, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Okay.
He was not in the movie.
Continue. Oh, it tastes so sweet.
Does it? It looks bitter.
It's a little bitter.
Probably is.
So I mean, I don't know. I get that he was on house arrest. And, he had his daughter, and he wasn't whatever fatherhood, but he just basically had like another adventure with the ant suit and the ants and stuff, and I didn't quite feel it was like he could have been helping. I
Yeah.
feel like maybe he could have helped.
Yeah.
Like, he makes a whole point in the movie of being like, hey, when Captain America asks for your help, you go help. You fly to Germany and break your parole or whatever.
Yeah.
And I think he could have done more than fight with, what's his face?
Oh, what's his face?
Oh, no, it was the chick. It was
Ghost.
Ghost. Yeah. I was thinking of Goliath.
Ghost and Goliath actually were my favorite parts of that movie.
Yep.
I love the thing that they're doing now, which is adding a lot more depth to the villains in the movies, creating conflicted villains. I really enjoy having them not just be so one-dimensional. It puts a fun spin on it, Thanos.
It does, because even in the comics, Thanos didn't have the same depth he has now in the films.
Right. Even Goliath's character, spoiler alert, he's the villain in the movie that came out a year ago.
Sort of. He was...
Again, conflicted villains.
Listen, he let him take the phone call from his daughter. That was cute.
Okay, fair enough.
And they
not-
compared sizes.
You got me there. But I will say my review of that was I liked the first one better.
I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, it was fun, but at the end of it didn't answer. It didn't answer any Infinity War questions.
Yeah, and the third act I just didn't really enjoy.
It just leaves
It was
you
just
with okay, he's stuck in
microverse.
No, is it called the microverse?
In the comic books, it is. I don't know what they're going to call it in the movie.
No, they call it I can't remember what they call it. The little universe. When he goes subatomic, right? He
It's
gets
called
lost in there.
Le Petit Universe.
No, because doesn't eventually Hank Pym's supposed to develop that and build that's where they send the supervillains, right? In the comics, into that
Nope.
alternate dimension, into the prison.
The negative zone,
No, that's fucking Superman.
negative land.
I think
Yeah.
I'm with you on this one, JJ.
bad.
They're speaking another language at this point.
Literally not listening.
All right.
So, okay, the other universe. He gets lost, and now he's in there. Everyone else turns to dust.
Blah blah blah.
Cold today.
Hey Brian.
No, nothing is answered.
Brian, what was a movie you watched this year?
Actually, the other night I just went and saw Vice.
Ooh.
I want to see that.
It was good. Pissed me off, but it was good. Didn't leave the theater in a great mood, but
That's the kind of movie I like.
yeah,
Okay.
it was really well done.
Quantum Realm.
Oh God
yeah.
damn it! We are
Quantum
somewhere
realm.
else. That was so 30 seconds ago.
You're talking about Dick Cheney. Come on.
Yeah, it just oh my god, just the fucked up things that happened during that administration, and it just Oh my god, it just lists all of them, and but I mean, the film itself, besides pissing me off, was a really just awesome movie. Christian Bale does a great job.
Cool.
It's crazy how much he just looks and sounds like the man. It's fucking weird.
Good actor.
Yeah, really good.
Do you ever feel like he's going to die young because he does so much shit to his body for all these roles?
No, because I feel like he's a multi-millionaire who can afford way better healthcare-related things than we can. So, he probably does yoga.
Oh, yeah.
No, I don't do yoga, so I'm going to die
You
much.
seem like a yoga kind of person, though.
Thank you. I feel like that's a compliment.
I do yoga.
Do you do yoga?
I do.
What kind?
The yoga kind.
God damn it.
I'm saying, I don't know what it's fucking called.
Is it hot?
No, it's normal yoga, not the steamy yoga. Not like... Moving on.
Stretchy yoga?
Yeah, it's stretchy. I'm not going to say I'm good at it, but it's stretchy.
Okay, let's talk. I've been interested in going to a yoga class. I could use somebody that I look better than to be with me at the class so I can
welcome.
feel better about myself.
That's why I go to Comic-Con and Disney World. I look like a fucking athlete.
Kim wants to know, why did it piss you off?
It's just they just say. Oh, I don't want to spoil anything for the movie, but it's just
Kim, stop ruining our tangents.
Well, the movie itself, you correct me if I'm wrong, but basically it just goes over the period of Bush's. Obviously, it's about Dick Cheney, but it goes through Bush's presidency and talks about basically the super fucked up things that they did.
Yeah, and it's crazy because I mean the way they show it in the movie, it's almost as if all this shit was done behind Bush's back. Not that he didn't have a part in it, but the way they show it, it's very much like Dick Cheney was more of a president than Bush was, and Bush was just the face, and they would be like, oh, this, there'd be scenes when they're all in the Oval Office, all of them are having a conference, and then Dick Cheney would just kind of pull Bush aside and just be like, listen, we need to do this. And he would just be like, that's a great idea, let's do that.
To be fair, I feel like that's the impression that I always had in Bush's presidential address.
Yeah.
Well, then it came later on that he basically finally stood up to him.
Yeah.
Right.
But it was way late.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kim also says that she's going to see Glass this week. I don't even know what that is.
I do want to see Glass.
Sequel to
Bad.
Unbreakable.
Bad.
To Unbreakable.
What's Unbreakable?
M. Night Shyamalan's movie. It's made with.
I'm out.
His first
Shamalama
movie?
ding dong.
Shyamalan. It was his second one. It was the one after The Sixth
Yeah.
Sense.
Really? I thought Sixth Sense was second.
Nope, Sixth Sense was first.
Yep. And then
Actually,
Because Sixth
God damn it.
Sense was really good, and then he lost me on the other ones.
I
I
really
love Signs. This is my part, right?
Swing hard, Merrill.
I loved Signs.
Yeah.
I even liked The Village.
I like The Village.
I really enjoyed The Village.
Where's
I
the
can-
Village?
The Village was the one where they live in that little town, and there's monsters.
an
From the
ancient
1800s, Monsters in the
Village,
Woods,
and there's
Yellow
monsters,
Coats.
but then it's in
What's the one with Mark
Massachusetts.
Wahlberg?
It's the precursor to the
Happening.
Happening.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, I didn't see that one. Really.
I saw that one because Zoe Deschanel's in it.
Yeah.
Zoe Deschanel was in it.
I had a really good joke for the Village. If anyone wants to go
yeah,
back
sure.
to
Oh,
it.
I would love to. Yes.
Oh, it's the precursor to the Yellow Vest movement. You're welcome. Anyway, so I really like.
I've heard of this, but I don't remember.
It's
so.
in France.
boy.
It's
right.
current events.
Yeah.
I'm out on that.
See, I really liked Unbreakable. I did not see Split, but
Neither did I.
I want to now, and I just really like the character. So I'm in. Whatever. I'll go see it. I will certainly Galleria it.
I feel like I'm not a big fan of his as a filmmaker. But golly, he keeps trying. What was the After Earth was the Will Smith one with his son?
He did that.
He did that?
He did. And I felt
didn't know
so
that.
conned because I saw all the trailers and I'm like, I'm into this. And I saw it, and the opening credits says, a film by M. Night Shyamalan. I'm like, son of a bitch, this was the most amazing PR move ever by not attaching him to that movie.
Yep.
People went and saw it. It wasn't
Yeah.
great. Anyway, so I respect him for trying. I'm curious. I did like Unbreakable at points for what he tried to do.
Yeah.
I didn't see Split. I'm curious about how he's going to tie it all together, but at the same time, you picked this year to create your own superhero team, that no one's ever heard of.
Yeah.
If you had waited a couple years, maybe you could have slipped it in there, but you picked the year of Endgame to...
Ender's Game.
So I'm interested to see how it turns out.
I'll pretty much
I might
see,
Galleria it if I have a chance.
I'll Galleria it.
I'll probably see it. It's just, I don't know. I kind of like M. Night Shyamalan just because he keeps trying. He always he just
right?
He reminds me of like an adult R.L. Stein. He just makes this like whole like there's like the beginning, the middle, and the twist. You know, and it's like, all right.
Look,
I like Goosebumps. I'll go see an M. Night Shyamalan.
No one really
movie.
dies, but yeah.
I look at M. Night Shyamalan as like a 50-50 director. Either they're really good or they're not good. And
The Water. What was
The Happening.
No, there was one with Paul Giamatti.
Lady in the Water.
Lady in the Water. Yeah. Also,
Wasn't that directed by... Didn't that just come out and win Best Picture?
no, that was Shape of Water.
was Shape of Water.
And that was Guillermo del Toro.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
That was amazing.
See? He made a good one. Check in the good column.
Check for R.L. Stein.
All the same
Because
to
you
huh?
got it confused with an Oscar-winning film.
I see what you did there. That's not nice. Okay, other things that I watched this year. I watched for the first time The Office. I'm about 10 years behind.
That's okay, because I just started to get into the office this year as well.
Well, as someone who now can say that they've watched the whole thing, I can say it's worth watching. It's good.
so,
It's
yeah.
good. Yeah, watch the whole thing. Season 1 is fucking rough.
Yeah.
Rough.
It's,
Season 1, I was just talking about this the other night. Like, a lot of these sitcoms that have become very popular, Season 1 is tough to handle. I guess it's because they go back, they do a lot of rewrites and some recasting, and they mix things up based on how it's received. But like The Office Season 1, I always felt like they were trying to get Steve Carell to do like a exact imitation of the British Office with Ricky Gervais and just the British market. He could be a lot more of a blatant douchebag and like, okay, Season 1 of The Office makes me uncomfortable.
Wow.
There you go.
Wow. So get through Season 1.
Yeah.
You'll be okay.
Like Parks and Rec too.
Yeah, I
Season
think I'm
1
on
was like a little
I'm on season 4 or 5.
Okay, you're into it.
Yeah.
I'm in it.
You're in the gooch right now.
Yeah, it's good.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Will 2019 see the end of the gooch?
Never.
We're gonna give you a word.
No one could ask me what movie I enjoyed this year.
We're at
Oh,
prime.
I'm sorry, I forgot you were here.
We're at prime gooch right now. I just want to say that.
All right.
JJ, what movie did you watch this year?
Sorry to bother you.
Ooh, really good movie.
I really liked it.
Agreed. Same.
I didn't see it.
You should.
But I heard it. Yeah, I heard
Good if you like
things.
horse dick.
I don't know
Roberto
if I
owns
want to see it
horses, so
now.
you know he does.
How is Comanche?
He's doing well. Thank you for asking.
We haven't talked about Comanche in so long. Is he still?
It's different when we're live streamed. People can see you doing
Is he still a stud?
that. He was never a stud. He's always been a gelding.
He was a stud to me.
Oh, well, if you like pleasuring horses.
Oh my god.
Only on the internet. Okay, good. I'm glad to hear Comanche's doing well.
He's doing well.
That's
Thank you
good.
for asking.
That's good. Okay.
What else has happened? Netflix has done some things.
Netflix has done some things. Just go. Just thinking about glue. Sorry.
As in semen?
Oh my god.
Are you talking about killing Comanche? You heartless fuck.
You were the one that was going to sell him off.
Well, yeah, but not to a glue factory.
I mean, you get some money there.
Not really. They do not pay well.
Return on investment.
Oh, hardly. Netflix has done this too, right? That's a Netflix exclusive?
I don't know why that's the thing that fucking got me this episode. I don't know
either.
why.
I don't know either.
Comanche, you're a good horse. Good horse.
How would you know?
Can you play this episode for Comanche and just let him know how I feel?
That's actually, for all the times that Berto abandons him for Disney, he just leaves the Dorkside podcast on loop at the stable. There's a poor Guatemalan boy that's whole job is to hit back on the computer. He bought him an Acer laptop.
Oh god. Oh my god.
Meanwhile, fuck Sundance.
Oh, God, I wish we had a Guatemalan boy.
Oh my god. I know, yeah, Netflix did put out some stuff this year.
They did.
Yep.
Yes, indeed.
Yep, Enchanted, the new Matt Groening series. Mm-hmm. I watched the whole thing.
Is that how you pronounce his name? I've never known.
Matt Groening?
Groening. Okay.
Yeah, Matt Groening put out a new series called Enchanted.
For clarifying.
I watched the whole thing. Did you watch it?
I watched the first episode.
Okay.
So, not the whole thing.
Okay.
I watched the whole first episode.
I would say just the tip.
Yeah.
That's what you watched.
What did you think?
It left me a little bit wanting more. Like, it didn't feel as concise as his other shows. Like, his other shows were very fast-paced, very witty. This one had much more, like length and breadth to it.
Yeah, I feel like it didn't draw me in because it wasn't as quick as I was expecting.
Yeah. I enjoyed it. I watched the whole thing, and obviously, like, I would totally watch another season going forward. But it was just, it was a very different style of show for him. And I don't know his creative team, if they were a different creative team than people he normally works with in the past. But it felt different, not bad, just different. And kind of, it took me a couple episodes to kind of get over that, like 5 or 6 episodes to kind of say, like, okay, I got to just, like, it's me, I'm the problem. And then watching the rest, you kind of go along for the ride and enjoy it. And I didn't look at the casting until, I was almost done with it. I didn't realize that, like, Eric Andre does one of the voices. Mm-hmm. One of the two ladies from Broad City does one of the voices. Like, there's great people on it. It was good. Yeah. I would give it a Netflix.
Okay.
A safe Netflix.
Because that's the only place you can see it.
Did anyone watch Bird Box on Netflix?
I did not watch Bird Box.
Not yet. It's a lot of hype.
It's not bad.
I heard that the Bandersnatch trumps it.
I haven't watched Bandersnatch.
Okay, I haven't yet either.
Yeah,
mainly because Black Mirror just gives me terrible anxiety.
Yeah,
I just
this.
What gives you anxiety?
Black Mirror.
Okay, not what I heard.
Oh God.
We'll leave it at that.
But yeah, it was pretty good. It was an anxiety movie.
Okay,
and there's
based on a book, right?
I think so. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely worth a watch.
Right.
But they do some weird things in there. Like, there's definitely like characters that like are there for no reason, and then they're gone, like for no reason. You're just like, why did you even need those characters, kind of thing,
Okay.
But all in all, it was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed it. I would give it a solid Netflix.
Good.
Yeah.
That's your best case scenario, so that's good. What else came out? Did you watch? I guess something that is coming out is the new Punisher series.
I'm looking forward to that.
That will be by the time that this airs, or if you're watching live, that comes out on the 18th of January on Netflix. I will totally watch that. Loved the first season.
Really liked the first one.
Liked it certainly more than the second season of Jessica Jones.
Yeah, were you able to finish it?
I did finish it.
I still haven't. I think since the last podcast, you mentioned we might have talked about this in the past, my disdain for Jessica Jones season 2. I have maybe watched 2 or 3 more episodes of it, and I haven't finished it.
Oh, look, maybe by next episode you'll finish it.
It's possible, but I feel like I just want to skip it and just move on with the Netflix Marvel universe already.
Good move. It's probably
because I've been waiting to finish Luke Cage and Daredevil and Iron Fist because I haven't finished Jessica Jones, and I feel like she's really holding me up.
Why are you even watching Iron Fist? Just skip right over that
I don't know. The first one sucked.
There you go. Just skip right over that shit.
I want to watch Daredevil though. I hear good. I want to see
just watch Daredevil. That's the best one.
And Punisher. Okay.
Thank you.
And thank you.
JJ, you watch anything exciting on Netflix?
Bubble Guppies, how are they doing? New
Bubble
season.
Guppies are doing well.
Good.
We've moved on to Pinkalicious.
Okay.
Now, is that video you were showing us earlier?
No, that was more of a Greenalicious.
Oh, my mistake.
Yeah, we got some little Holly and
You've,
Ben.
All right. I know you've been into the Moana lately. You've been on the Moana train.
No, they're off Moana.
Oh, already?
Yeah,
Okay.
they've been Holly and Ben, Peppa Pig.
Not shiny anymore?
There's some other one that's really annoying. Fancy Nancy. That's what's pretty annoying.
That just sounds annoying.
Yeah.
Sounds like a bitch.
Daniel. Oh, we've been watching. There's a Daniel Tiger movie that's been doing pretty well. Getting up there in the ratings.
Movie. Is this beyond the pooping show?
Yeah, some twin platypuses moved to town and they make some new friends.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Shit got real.
I made a friend who a show I watched on Netflix this year.
Go on.
Oh, yeah.
You're gonna blow up this spot on the podcast. This is a podcast exclusive.
It's true. No one's going to care. So, personal friend of the store, Frank Langella.
God, I hope you're pronouncing that correctly.
I assume I am.
Okay.
From such films as the 1979 Dracula, playing Nixon in Frost Nixon.
I thought it was Langella.
I don't fucking know. And a show that I watched this year called The Americans.
Oh, yeah. I've heard interesting things about that.
It's really good.
Okay. How many seasons? It's been out for a little while, right?
It just ended this year. Actually, I think it just
okay.
won some award at some award show. And
America's Award for Best Show Title.
yeah, and that was pretty good. And then, like, literally, this is the best part. So he has a part in the show for many episodes, actually. And maybe, I would say less than a week after I finished the series, he just comes strolling in the door. And that was delightful. I had an internal, like a kind of moment.
Did he sign your erection?
We're working up to that.
Okay.
A little shy.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's all I got.
Interesting. Cool.
I didn't watch anything else.
Ooh,
Good.
I know a movie that JJ saw this year.
Ooh.
Bohemian Rhapsody.
I did see Bohemian Rhapsody.
Because that was, in fact, a Darkside outing.
Well, some of us.
Do you like your paycheck, Brian?
That's all right.
Let's just rein in. Let's just rein in the condescension there.
That's right, Bohemian Rhapsody, the biopic about Freddie Mercury and the band Queen, obviously. The fucking hit movie of the year, apparently.
It was so good.
Better than Star is Born? I was under the impression that was the hit music movie of the year.
Did Stars Born win a Golden Globe?
You know, I'm gonna.
I don't know. I haven't caught up on that yet.
I'm gonna say Bohemian Rhapsody, just judging on what we've sold. We did sell a lot of the A Star Is Born soundtrack, but we sold so much fucking Queen.
Yeah.
So much Queen.
Yeah. Yeah.
If this podcast ever ends, we can actually talk about that.
Okay.
Noted. Let's move on to news.
All right, that brings us to our next segment. It's called Nerd Nudes.
Hey, Stan Lee died.
That's it.
Moment of silence.
All right, moving on to the next section. It's called Soundtracks.
Whoa, there's news.
What other news happened in 10 months? Nothing
Suits
happens.
and Batman are done.
Oh, you're talking about that Henry Cavill and Ben Affleck are both out as their title characters in the DC cinematic universe?
Yeah, I was.
Okay.
About that.
Also, that Black Widow
Black Widow was making a movie.
has been announced that they're making a Black Widow movie?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that it might be rumored to be the first Marvel Comics property that's rated R. Anyway, on to soundtrack section. I figured while Brian is here, our resident soundtrack nerd, the two of you can talk about some soundtracks. Maybe.
You gonna watch? It's $10 to watch. Avert your eyes.
This section is called Soundtrack Docking, and it is where Berto and Brian talk about cool vinyl soundtracks.
So, Berto, what did you enjoy this year?
There was quite a few.
There were.
I don't want to rehash too much because a lot of it I mentioned on the Darkside podcast, top 10.
Ooh.
Coming up next.
True. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles
Yes.
was a big one.
Yes.
Yep. That
Yeah.
was probably my number one soundtrack.
Wait,
of
I'm
the
back
year.
in. I'm back in.
Oh, well, hey,
Hey.
fella. That was a big one. I enjoyed the Batman reissue, Danny Elfman from the
The fuck, we're moving on? I said I was in.
Yeah, and then I moved on.
Oh, I'm out.
Okay, we can talk about Turtles.
You mean the soundtrack to the highest grossing independent movie of all time?
Yes,
That same one?
that's the one.
Oh, man. I love that movie. I watched it recently after the soundtrack came out. We played it in the store, and it was surprising how many scenes I could
You
visually
can
remember.
just remember from
Yeah.
like
Just hearing the
childhood and
soundtrack.
stuff. Yeah.
It was amazing.
You can see like the turtles like high-fiving in the wall with the opening credits.
Yep.
You just gotta hear it.
Ostentatious. Continue.
Oh, it was just so good.
It was. They did it right too. I mean, they had how many colors? Variants? Eight variants. So there was the 4 Turtles. There was a Splinter. There was an April O'Neil.
Casey Jones.
And
Foot Soldier.
Was there a
and
Shredder?
then they did a Shredder for New York Comic Con.
Oh, right. Okay.
It was like 200 or 300 or something like that.
Okay.
But yes, oh man, so many variants.
Yeah, I got one.
I think that was the first time that Waxwork ever printed a black record, and that was for the Foot Soldier one.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, I think I got 2. I got
Okay.
a Raphael and Splinter.
I also got Raphael.
The best two.
Yes.
The best turtle.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
The turtle with anger issues.
Yeah.
Come on. Yeah.
That's what I'm all about.
I want to point out multiple people were disappointed because the Ninja Rap was not on it.
Those dumbasses.
Exactly.
Fucking amateur hour.
Yep.
That's clearly from Secret of the Ooze.
Come on.
Christ.
Go, ninja, go, ninja, go, 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 go. They sent me a,
He's watching the behind the scenes thing with Vanilla Ice.
Oh, I thought it was a real thing.
There it is.
He's trying to pull up Ninja Rap.
Yeah. But I mean, with the first movie like that, you don't get Vanilla Ice on the first. Like they couldn't afford Vanilla Ice.
Exactly.
Sequel's where it's at. That's where the cheddar is.
And an early appearance by young Sam Rockwell.
Really?
He played, yeah,
that's right.
He played a random goon
Yep.
in the Foot Soldier headquarters.
Oh,
He's like, hey, we're family. Wait, you mean this here and that down there is family? Yeah, that's
that
right.
guy. I remember that.
I've seen this
Okay.
movie so
This
many fucking
motherfucker.
times.
This guy right here. Yeah.
Well done.
Yep. That's right. I forgot that is him.
Huh.
Yeah.
And actually,
Like,
I found out that the scene where the guy is delivering the pizza, the pizza delivery guy is actually the guy in the Michelangelo suit.
and in the scene where Raphael
When he's sticking it down the drain. Okay.
and the scene where Raphael is fighting Casey Jones and they're running away from each other, and Raphael does like a tumble over a taxi. The guy in the taxi is the guy who played Raphael.
So good.
Oh.
Boom.
Wow.
Man, I love that movie.
I know soundtracks.
Good. So good.
What else?
What was a highlight for you, Brian?
I really enjoyed the reissue of Night of the Living Dead. And what is that?
He's playing Casey Jones.
Oh my god! It's just, yep. Oh my
I'm trying
god!
to contribute.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Yeah, the Night of the Living Dead and the reissue of Dawn of the Dead, the expanded soundtrack, was primo.
I will say, out of all the Living Deads, my favorite is Day.
Day is so good. It's
so
so
good.
bloody.
In terms of
So
film?
underrated.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is my favorite one
Day.
out of all of them.
Berto made me go see Daywatch and Nightwatch.
Only Night Watch.
Which one had
I
David
think it's
Hasselhoff?
Daywatch.
We saw Daywatch.
That's Baywatch.
No, that had The Rock in it.
He's not wrong.
True. Yeah, no, I can't fault him.
That's it?
I'm just interjecting where needed. I'm just placing up
Okay.
this motherfucker.
And last but not least, the last section of this podcast is the section that we have not come up with a name for yet. If you listen to Dorkside Podcast, you'll remember that last episode we ended the podcast with a little special section where Berto and I talked about comics that we read as youths.
I'm out.
We'll make this quick. I
They
promise.
don't read.
Hi, Laura. We're going to do the more interesting one after this.
Yeah, stick around. So we swapped comics.
Laura, realistically, it's not anything different.
So we are bringing a segment to this podcast that we don't have a name for yet. Comic swap, swapping.
Careful.
Swap and calm.
Careful.
You're swapping calm. What do you need to know? You're swapping, you're communicating, it's about comics. Swapping calm.
So it's called snowballing,
Com
apparently.
swapping. Com swapping.
Com shots.
Yeah.
You're mopping up the past.
God. So the point of this section, we'll come up with a good name later. The point of this section is that we give each other a comic book from our past, and we read it now, and we review it. I mean,
Next year.
2020?
Did you even read the one I gave you?
So anyway, so last podcast, you remember that you gave me a limited edition series called Deathmatch,
I did.
which was put out by IDW Comics. It was an independent comic. It was like a 12-issue limited series.
Yep.
I don't have it with me to give back to you. I'll give it back to you later.
That's fine.
I will let you know, in true nerd form, after reading, I put them all back in their polys, sealed them up. They're all in good condition. They have backing boards. They're all... I'm a good comic borrowing friend. I got you.
Thank you.
Except for the returning part.
Well, there's that.
Look, I had 10 months to return it. And the one day I forget, you know. So,
as if you were driving around with it for the rest of the 10 months, ready to give it back to me?
Yeah, they're pretty fucked up from being in my backseat. There's a lot of coffee and taco stains on them. But anyway, so it was a limited edition series, and it was about a bunch of heroes and villains all put on this, alternate universe, forced to battle each other, and they're trying to figure out what's going on. I did enjoy it. It was good. It was good.
I'm glad you liked it.
Man, see, I read that 9 months ago, so let's see. What do I remember?
I should stop using YouTube.
The artwork was good. I did enjoy the characters. I liked that they played on their what I assume was a Peter Parker character as their main.
Yeah,
kind of like a tortured
there are
superhero.
some familiar tropes, but yeah.
Oh, he's playing the 11th biggest rock and roll band of all time.
Oh.
And right as you said Peter Parker, Spider-Man flew by.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Well, there goes my review.
So what do you got for me?
So I'm going to give you, Roberto. God damn it. This is going to cost us so much money. So I am going to give to you, Roberto, for this episode, we'll talk about it next episode, a limited edition series from 1993 called Deadpool, The Circle Chase. It was a short 4-issue limited
That's old
about
school
Deadpool. It's really old school. It's about the death of Tolliver and Tolliver's will. It features the Juggernaut. It features Black Tom Cassidy. A bunch of characters that are nodded to in the Deadpool movie franchise. But it's just stupid and ridiculous, and
As it should be.
right, as it is in comics. So I'm gonna hand these off to you.
Can't even give me a download code
That's
or
right.
anything. Like, seriously, dude.
Or if Comixology wants to give us a free membership so that we can read these comics to each other and review them, we'll be happy to give Comixology great reviews.
Absolutely.
I'm sorry, totally non-biased reviews.
True.
And plugs on this very podcast. So in 10 months, I'll expect you to have read 4 issues, and then we could talk about them.
Probably handle that, yeah.
Okay.
I'm in the middle of the Infinity trade paperback right now, but I'll, put that on my...
Which one? War? Gauntlet?
Just Infinity. No, I don't know when it came out, man. I was reading it online at Disney World. It kept me busy.
Okay.
Hey, Mike,
Okay.
Hi, Mike.
we're going to do the proper next.
Okay.
All right.
Well, okay, so there's a lot of things coming out. Obviously, Avengers Endgame comes out in April. I believe the weekend after Record Store Day, which is happening here at Darkside Records on April 13th, 2019. We'll be opening at 9 a.m. with exclusive releases.
Not a superstition.
You can get full details at darksiderecords.com/RSD.
Is that an Apollo 13 reference?
Sure.
Okay,
Sure
good.
it was.
Dorkside.
Happens every day about sundown.
Yeah, Berto got it. Berto got it. I said to Brian yesterday, he had to process for a minute.
So good.
I want to declare that the next Dorkside should be the Captain Ron Dorkside.
Done.
Yes.
Okay, so for
Yes,
next
please.
Dorkside, here's what we're doing. We're all going to watch Captain Ron.
Told you about that. I wanted that quote tattooed on me, right?
No.
Yeah.
Which one?
The if anything's gonna happen, it's gonna happen out there.
It happens. It's going to happen out there. Light the tires, kick the fires, huh? JB, have you seen Captain Ron?
Not in many years.
Well,
Wow.
It's that time.
I got it on DVD. We'll put it on there.
Okay, so next episode is going to be our Captain Ron dedicated episode. We're going to
Yeah!
just talk about the movie Captain Ron.
gorillas, not gorillas.
Grr. What's going on? They're just in the shower playing hide the salami.
I couldn't remember the fucking line. That was it. Hide the salami. Oh my god.
You wouldn't be trying to cheat old Captain Ron in Monopoly, would you?
Kurt Russell, Captain Ron?
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely.
Okay. All right, so that'll be next episode. Will be our Captain Ron dedicated episode. So if you at home listening, go watch Captain Ron. And then tune again. We're going to broadcast it live. We want to know your thoughts on Captain Ron as well.
Staying relevant.
So,
Put that soundtrack out.
Yeah.
so we will be back.
That shit.
We'll be back.
Sometime.
We'll be back. And next time we do a podcast, it'll be about Captain Ron. So
Stay tuned, true believers.
watch it and be ready at any moment because fuck knows when it's going to be. But just be ready.
True, I concur.
Okay, cool. So this has been the Dorkside Podcast. Thank you for listening. As always, if you enjoyed this podcast, go on to iTunes, leave us a nice review. I don't want to tell you how many stars to leave, but let's say 4.9 rounded up. And leave us a comment if you enjoyed this. We'll be back. We'll be back.
We'll be back.
I'll be back. So on behalf of the Dorkside Podcast, I'm JB.
I'm Berto.
I'm Brian.
I'm here.
This has been the Dorkside Podcast.
He's Captain Ron just summed it up for me.